On this episode of the World Triathlon Podcast, we'll hear from one of the standout athletes from the past two series races, as Jeanne Lehair gives us the lowdown on how making the switch from France to Luxembourg has opened the door for her to hit career best form, overcoming self-doubt about leaving the French setup, the prospect of her adopted team's first mixed relay outing at the European Games, and doing battle with Cassandra Beaugrand as a rising junior athlete. You can watch Jeanne alongside the world's best at WTCS Montreal on the 24th to 25th of June on triathlonlive.tv. The action coming a week after the World Cup circuit kicks back into gear with racing in Huatulco, Mexico, where the likes of Gwen Jorgensen, Katie Zafiris and Tyler Mislachuk will toe the line. Now, on with the pod. Today on the World Triathlon Podcast, we dial in with Luxembourg's Jeanne Lehair. Jeanne was recently crowned the Champion of Europe in Madrid at the end of a brilliant battle with Germany's Lisa Turch. The win coming at the midway point of what has already been something of a breakout year for the 27-year-old. Posted a career best 5th place at WTCS Cagliari and looks in superb form heading to WTCS Montreal. She only recently made the switch from the tricolor of France to the tri-suit of Luxembourg, but it's a change that's clearly paying off. So welcome, Jeanne. How are you and where are you?
Hello. So I'm in Toulouse right now until Montreal, and I'm pretty fine because of this result mainly. So, and just sorry in advance for first my accent and second if I don't understand directly everything.
Don't be ridiculous. You can never apologize for an accent. That's
Yeah, I can. I've lost. I'm not trying anymore to improve on it because it's like that. And when I was young, my dad was like kind of forcing me to first learn the capital of Europe and of English too, but more like the words, so not doing sentence. But sometimes it helped a bit. And then it's really going on races who helped, and I like to talk with everyone, so I needed to learn a bit if I wanted to talk to everyone. And then since I'm with my group, the Paulo squad, PST squad, but with Paulo Souza, for sure it helped a lot.
How is it in Paolo's group there when, like, you know, you're sort of happy, confident, talking in English perhaps to a native speaker, but then suddenly you get a load of quite heavy accents going around as well. It just makes it more difficult, no? Like it's...
Yeah, it was not simple every day. Like the first year, I was struggling not a lot because I could speak with everyone, but it was a bit hard, and particularly at the pool with the echo. And the first year we had the mask as well. So in the locker room, when two English speakers were speaking together, like natural English speaker, I was like trying for 1 minute and then I was okay now. Next time, because focus on, like, usually when they are not in the group anymore, but it was Summer Rapaport and Nathalie Van Coerden, so two very different accents. I was like, wow, no.
Yeah, so we failed to catch up with you in Monte Gordo when you were there with Paolo and the group at the start of the year for the pre-season camp, right? Good to now, I mean, you know, 7th in the world, champion of Europe, your first top 5 in the WTCS. It's a good time to be Jeanne Lehair, no?
Yeah, I have to say that I was for sure expecting to improve, but like it's like a jump. But I did 8 in Montreal last year, but it was a different format and it was only one time. And now it's like I did 3 races in a row, very good. So it means I'm in shape at fit at this moment. And maybe 2 months it will be different. I hope not, but we never know. But it was like building, even like race after race. It's maybe not even better and better, but at least the performance, I don't know, but the result is better and better. So it's pretty cool. And looking forward to be in Montreal. I mean, I will not win it probably, but will do my best. And maybe, like, hard to say that I will be with full confidence because it's not totally my thing, but at least I'm very factual. I don't know if we say like that in English. And so now I can lie to myself that I'm not too bad. So let's
not too bad. Suitably modest. But yeah, I mean, you know, had we, as planned, spoken to you in Monte Gordo back at the end of January, was like the European Championships something that you were flagging, earmarking as a major race? What, you know, a top 5 in Cagliari, was that something that you were hoping to build towards, or?
Like even doing top 15, 12 was good. Like before Cagliari, I was like, okay, I hope I will do top 15, say 16. I was saying in my mind, but bon, top 12 would be really cool. Like I would have been happy with the 15 or whatever, but maybe a bit like, oh, I did the 12 2 weeks ago, maybe. But then racing are all different. So sometimes you can be very happy with 20 place, sometimes very sad with the 8 or the race. But yeah, I was not expecting this. And for example, for Cagliari, I was like, my plan was to not race it at first, to focus on the European Championship. So good, I did both at the end. But because last year, the European Championship, I completely missed my race. Like it's even more than miss. I stopped on the run, then I walked to finish, but I was like, it was, I don't know if because I went from altitude and it was 3 days after it, so maybe my body was completely, I don't know, but at the end it was a very bad day. And this year I was okay. This time I want to do well at my Europe Champ, so I was maybe doing an Olympic distance the week before is not a great idea. So I was still on the list, but I was going to decide after Yokohama. And because I did well in Yokohama, and then I was talking with the girls about points, and for sure it was a bit more interesting to perform well in Cagliari. But in my mind, I was, yeah, but I don't want to miss twice my Europe champ. But finally, I did well everywhere, so it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the after that run in Yokohama, we were sort of looking back on that race, and like, I flagged you as well, that run, making you one to watch in Cagliari, and then heading out onto that run side by side with Cassandra Beaugrand, with a lot of work to do, and then the two of you picking through the field together. Is that one of the most kind of enjoyable runs that you've had so far?
Yeah, Cassandra is like Cassandra on the run. She's like almost unbeatable, or maybe by the best. And so when I catch her, because she went maybe 5 meters in front after the T2, I was like, Jeanne, what are you doing? Like, it's a 10K, so don't, I don't know, you are maybe, like, it was not about confidence, because I said before, I'm not like having a full overconfidence or what. But yeah, I was like, maybe you are doing something a bit stupid. I don't know. And at the end, it was good. But that's true. Like, for example, Yokohama, saying about no confidence, I was like, oh, it was raining. And usually I'm from Metz, so the rain is my thing. And I usually perform well with this. So I was, it was maybe just because of the rain. Like, I'm always finding like kind of excuse of why I was strong. And it's not because me, it's more because of the rest. Or sometimes I'm like, oh, the others were bad. But at the end, when everyone was not bad, then at the end, just a bit under my run at least, I'm like, okay, maybe this time there is no excuse, you are just good, and that's all. But yeah, it's like not hard to accept because it's pretty cool, but hard to say to myself.
I mean, why do you think that is? Like, I suppose there's always those races you have to tick off, those race situations, right? That you're, whether it's your first World Cup or first WTCS or the first time you're kind of in the top 5 towards the end of a race. And like you said, you're finding yourself going with Cassandra, and part of you is going, is this a good idea? But if you don't, then you never know as well, right? So
yeah, you have to compare yourself with them, because you're like, okay, so now I'm not a baby anymore, but I still feel like I'm like after Yokohama, for example, I said to my coach, yeah, it's hard to believe, like for me, the people who have the best run split or whatever are like big name, and he said, yeah, but you are a big name now. When I was like, no, but maybe yes. But yeah, it's hard to realize this. Like, even for example, after Cagliari, I left directly after the race, so I even see only half of the boy race, and I was okay, maybe this just didn't happen, and I just dreamed it. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's so maybe the triathlete like that a bit, like always realistic and stuff. But I think it's as well part of the personality, and maybe as well education, and sometimes it's maybe a bit stupid. But when I finally saw, I was always thinking, not being pessimistic, but at least very realistic, with a little maybe more pessimist than optimist. Even during race, I'm focused and I'm not thinking, oh, I'm a shit or whatever. But after or before race, I can think I can have bad like negative talk.
Thoughts?
How
Yeah.
to say this word? Oh my god! But so yeah, sometimes I was just like, okay, maybe it's like I'm the last of my brotherhood, so I'm like the baby, and I will be the baby forever. Second, I'm super small. Like my sister, for example, is 1 meter 72 or three, I don't know, and me, I'm only 59. So I'm like, what the fuck? And so I always feel like I'm a little baby around everyone, and how to believe the little baby can be good, so fast, strong enough at least.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's my problem, but I'm working on it. I'm trying at least.
To do that back to back as well in successive weekends, it's got to be quite a lot to come to terms with, is it? Like which one is which one are you proudest of? I guess
Yeah, like for sure, a title is like it's a title, so it's super cool. But I would have preferred for sure to have it on the triathlon. Even if, like, honestly, I think the result for boys and girls didn't change too. Well, it's easy to say because I won, but I really think it didn't change that much. It changed a bit for sure, the dynamic, because it was not a swim race at the beginning. But I think we didn't have for the girl a lot of strong swimmers. So, and with the bike race, I think the difference of the swim could be after 1 or 2 laps completely change. So yeah, I'm a bit sad that I didn't win a triathlon, but I hope I could have win anyway. But then the fifth place in Cagliari is like more or less top of the world because it's a part of the World Championship. So, and it probably helped for Madrid. Like, for example, during the run when I was with Lisa, I was thinking, okay, Jeanne, twice you did the second best split, and no one of the one who did the first are there first. Second, Lisa did the same race as you, like the same following. I don't know if you can say it like that, like Yokohama and. I mean, you have no excuse to not win, like right now, because we are already on the run. So I was trying to think about this. So I guess to do the result I did before help for once.
ticking off the excuses, right? No, I can't use that one. I can't use that one.
Yeah, I was like, she's less tired. No, not her. She's running better. Not right now. She's not far, but
Yeah.
yeah.
How was it switched to duathlon because of the water quality in Madrid, but for the men's race that was obviously subsequent. But watching the pace that first 5K went out in the men's race was something else. How was it for you guys that first 5K? Who was setting the pace? Was it one you were happy with? Is there a sort of when the format switches like that? And I think particularly maybe in the men's, it was I can't remember the name of the Spanish guy, but definitely not one of the bigger names. And I imagine he probably got quite excited and was just like, right, I'm off. And
it was maybe the place, I don't know. Yeah, for us, so I started in front. Like usually, I am always saying that I don't like to start fast, but I did again. Like I did the same at the French championship of cross country. I was like, okay, I will go slow. And someone told me, yeah, but be careful to not be in the crowd. And so I started super fast. And I did more or less the same, but a bit more chill anyway. And same Katia Scher, who finished third, told me before the race, oh, I don't like when people start fast. And when I finally maybe came a bit slower or maybe not, but she passed me and I was like, Katia, like we are the worst. We are all saying we'll go.
Mind games, huh?
Finally, we are maximum. I mean, we are not maximum. But then it was like in control, but it was still a bit hard. But I don't know, maybe we should ask to someone who didn't race the week before. But my legs were pretty heavy, but like all the week, all the day, all the time. But this is a bit, I think it's normal in every race like that, every duathlon probably. Like when we were like on the bike, when we were near the transition, it started to accelerate and me, I was really like, oh no. With the bike we will have with the hill doing 8 times or what, I don't want to finish in spring the 5K to then jump on the bike and being completely dead. So finally I enter in the T1 only in the top 10, but not in the 6 first because I saw Tristat put the the 6 first, and my name was not there. So I was okay. Maybe I came 7 or 8. I don't know. More after the race, you are never sleep. Maybe your body is like super tense and it's hard to sleep. But I went to bed a bit late because it was a light celebrating party. But I went to have some fun with guys. And when I went to bed at like 4 a.m. and I woke up at 7. I put my alarm at 11, and so I could sleep at least 7 hours, so not bad. And finally, I woke up after 3 hours and I was completely dead. And I was, but why? But sometimes I don't understand my body. That's
4 a.m. seems like a pretty. I mean, is that light? You're making me feel old.
Yeah, but no. But I came back very like 1 hour before, but just then I was on my phone watching all the nice messages. So
yeah, nice. Who are you out celebrating with then on the streets of Madrid?
There is some people who doesn't want to be named, but there were like pretty a bit of everyone, like some Belgium, some Swiss, like the francophone more or less.
They don't want to be named because like they're someone will be like, you shouldn't have been out after that race, or
I don't know, but since Yokohama I started a new career. I'm a YouTuber now, YouTubers. So I'm doing some vlog, and I did 2 for now. I need to finish the one of Madrid, and I was recording, and someone said, "Don't film me, don't film me." So I was okay. So probably the person doesn't want to be named.
Right. Cool. We'll have to check that out. Is it Jeanne Lehair, the name of the channel?
Yeah, very, very basic. But it's in French, sorry. Like sometimes I'm recording in English, so it's English, but I'm still a beginner. So I wanted to put the subtitle in English. And in Cagliari, for example, I wrote all the subtitle in English from Yokohama. And when I check, it was doing shit. So I think I have to write in French, and YouTube will directly translate in English. So I lost 30 minutes probably or more. No, at least I practice my English writing.
What is your like Instagram rabbit hole, and what are you going down? At the moment I'm getting chefs' reactions is my algorithm that just keeps and I can just watch those all day. It's just like a kind of salty New York chef who's basically slagging off other people's cooking, and it's just really good.
It's more animals, like animals and meme. I don't know, we say meme in English.
Yeah.
General. Like since like last summer, I think I started to follow too many accounts, and sometimes I'm trying to delete, like unfollow some because I'm losing too much time. But I think there is some Parisian friend who all have an account and doing meme about the actuality or politics or whatever, and even history, like old history. And I like history, so it's like a good thing because there is like more or less a joke and then a real explanation of the context or whatever. So it's half fun and half teaching. So for this one is a good excuse, but for the rest is just more or less thing really random and not very interesting, but it's funny. So the funny things, and a lot of animals, funny or cute. And I start as well because now I have one nephew and one had a girl and a boy in my family.
Niece and
nephew, and it's niece in French, so really similar. And so now I start to have a lot of video of baby as well. So that is pretty fun as well.
Fundamentally, it is nice, I guess, as an athlete, is it, to get your sort of personality out there a bit as well. You've got fans all over the world wanting you to do well and seeing you race, and then it's a way to communicate with them as well, isn't it? I mean, as a default, like, is your personality, would you say, like you quite a happy, outgoing person anyway, and that is sort of...
yeah, and that's like as you are saying, like people or that you never met and you will probably never, because there are, I don't know, someone wrote me from Lithuania or from Uruguay, I think, and I'm like, okay, that will probably, except if I go in to race there or if they are coming to race, I will never see them. And I like, even, well, you did a super performance, this is really cool, but I really appreciate I receive a lot of messages after Madrid and even Cagliari saying, "Oh, I'm happy for you," or "You did great," and this is super cool. But for me, the message I really no, this message cool, huh? But the message would touch me particularly when people say, "Oh, I love your personality," or "I really like how you are on social media," and I really like this message because it's not like I like how you are on social media. For me, it's like I like how you are because I think I'm the same on social media and normal life. So usually, even for the vlog, I had few feedback and they were all, "Oh, it was really cool. It was really nice." And it was really how I live the thing on the moment. And when people can see how it was or share with me a bit and having fun or liking it, I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
But are you also fiercely competitive? You're the youngest of four brothers and sisters, and competing against the best in the world in a sport that demands a huge amount of you. So you must have an absolute fire burning in you as well to beat people and to be the best you can.
Yeah, I think probably when I was young, I needed to show I was there because I was the last and the smallest. I was, "Hey, listen to me," and maybe they were not. So I remember one of my grandpa was always saying that I was talking very loud, and I guess it was just to say hello. But and then the sport. I was very very active when I was young, very young. My parents were saying I walk very fast, and I was always running everywhere when I could run. We were doing a lot of hiking or not sport holiday, but yeah, kind of sport because we were outside and walking, running. When I was young, I remember watching my dad going to run, and I was, "Oh, can I come with you?" And so we were running, but it was not run at the end because I just remember we were holding our hands. So me, I was like, "Oh, I'm running with you." And this moment stopped, and during my adolescence crisis, if we can say, because I think I didn't really have one, but he was, "Oh, you want to run?" And I was like, "No, I don't like to run." But yeah, now it was a long time ago. Now I like again.
Yeah. So as a junior in, say, 2013 Junior National Championships, you're racing the likes of Cassandra Beaugrand and Leonie Perriot. I don't know, I can't remember, was that your first or second national champs? First, I think, in 2013.
My first, it was in 11. But it's
right.
Not a junior. It's because in France and probably other country, when you are junior for the international, it's junior, and before it's 2 years of cadets. So it's 2 years cadet, 2 years junior. And before this, we are in minim. So my first national championship was in minim.
Right.
So more than 2010, because I think I won in 11 and I was in second year.
Lining up against those two, for example, Leonie and Cassandra, and I guess subsequently though, do you remember the sort of the fierce competitiveness coming out there, as a junior in that kind of sport where it's not even just about that particular race, it's about everything that you've done to get ready to that race and all the training and everything you've done to yourself. So how was it back then as a junior, and how is it even now or over the last few years, that kind of competitive edge against people like Cassandra and Leonie that
it's ever it's I remember when we were young and we were all more or less the same level, and it was a good thing because you could finish fourth at French championship or national championship and be a bit sad, but at least what we were thinking is okay, we are a good generation, so it seems if we want to beat the other, we need to work a lot. And maybe when it's a generation with only one good athlete, you will have the international one, but it's 2 times a year, because at this long time ago there were less Open Cup or not for the junior, so you have only maybe two events on the year where you could compare with or perform against other very good athletes. So I think it helped us a lot for all our generation to be all strong, because we had to we couldn't go home and say, okay, today I will go easy. I don't mind. I'm the best. You are. I don't know. The other. I mean, it's true for everyone everywhere, but it was like the other are training, and if I want to have my gold medal at national championship, I need to go to train for it. So I think now we can see like my generation, all they stop triathlon for doing a normal life. But all the one who are still doing triathlon are very good. Like in France, there is so Léonie, Cassandre, Mathilde, Mathilde Gauthier, Audrey Merle, Sandra Daudet. All this is like 1 year more or 1 year less than me. Even now, there is some more on long distance, like Émilie Morier, Justine Garin. Like, I think, the top 5 of my French championship when I was junior are still doing triathlon. And even some who are still there, but just doing D1 because they are not focusing only on triathlon, but they had to do choice a moment in their life, and they are still, like in Toulouse, for example, I'm training sometimes with another girl who finished second, I think, at the championship in 2010, like my first one, and she's still there, and it's even, I think, because she really liked when we are all fighting against each other, but in the good way. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see we are all there, like all focused on triathlon career or doing what they can next to their normal job. And yeah, we are all passionate, so that's cool.
So the switch to Luxembourg finally happened midway through last year?
Yeah, like I did my first race with them was Bermuda. So
Right.
because my last race with France was Abu Dhabi in 21.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I did my citizenship ask or demanding in February last year, I think. No, yeah, last year, and then it was like, because I had to wait, like my mom had the citizenship officially, and because it was because of my family that I could have it. So then when she had it, I had to wait like 3 or 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Is there any part of these results, this form that you're in now, that has been, are you racing a bit freer? Do you think that you're now, comfortably the sort of with the leading light of Luxembourg, rather than kind of trying to get through the what is like a thick talent pool in France? And is there anything in that?
Like it's sure like because the thing is I didn't know until 4 years ago now that we had a Luxembourgish family. So before I was not even wondering or anything. And I was okay, I will just try to fight for myself to be able. So after the season I did in 21, I had access for sure to World Cup. But for the WTCS in January, for example, I had the French Federation at phone, and they told me, so in January, you can race Yokohama, but Leeds, Hamburg, Montreal, no. And I was like, we are in January. And they were, yeah, but if you do top 8 in Yokohama, you can do whatever you want. And I was, yeah, but as me that I will not, or probably not. And I was like, oh my God, okay. But at this moment, I knew that I could have my citizenship, and I was working on it. But I was still for sure hesitating a bit because I mean I did a lot with the friends, and it was a nice team. But then when I heard that, I was okay. Now I was hesitating, but not anymore.
And I mean, talking about social media, was it quite a welcoming switch? Did you get like a lot of messages of support when you made the switch? And
yeah, honestly, I was like, the thing is like since so the same year in 20 even, when we started to really check our family things to know if it was possible. I was, so at this moment, still hesitating. Like I wanted to have the citizenship, like even just for my life in general, but I didn't know about sport. Like, yeah, it was like a big step and a big decision. So I need really to think about it. And I remember talking with one of my friends, my brother, and he was just saying, yeah, Jeanne, just do what you think is the best for you and your career. And at this answer, it was one answer, like go to Luxembourg for sure. And it was a moment I was starting to really maybe because I was becoming like older and wise, but I was like, yeah, I think just think about you, and if people are not okay with that, it's your life, so just do what you want. And I knew that I had the support of my friend and family, so for sure it was not like you do your choice and people will insult you and you will be alone. I knew I will have someone to hold my back. But honestly, when I did the announcement, I maybe received two bad and even bad, more like, oh, what that more questioning than really bad. Well, maybe one bad saying about taxes, but I'm paying taxes in France anyway. So I was like, your comment is like completely nothing, because I live in France. I have my firm more or less in France, so no reason I'm paying my tax like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, but most of them were, oh yeah, you did a very good decision. And still now, after Cagliari and even European Championship, I had traveled with my French team as well, my ex-French team, like I'm since forever. And it's pretty nice to see that people are a bit committed in my life, if I can say, or my and there's something like I know, I don't know if we say in, I guess we don't say this in English, but there is a slang saying like you are beating your fingers when you are regretting something or what, and you are saying you this to say, yeah, I get there is some people regretting a bit like national or club, and I was like, yeah, maybe. But now I think I'm in the best place and surrounding by the best, like all my new team with really cool, which is really cool with me, and my team in France and my federation and in Triathlon International. So I don't regret anything.
I mean, you know, if you were, if these results continue to kind of get better and you were then, you know, it could have been the number 1 or 2 in France going into the Paris Olympics, though, you know, with that, your route to that start line has got slightly more straightforward, certainly. But would there be a part of you that would have been like, the French, you know, part of the French setup and possibly the mixed relay there, or is it just water under the bridge?
Yeah, I think as an individual, I will not really care a lot. I mean, I miss maybe some opportunity living, like switching my citizenship, or I don't know, the help of the army in France or whatever. But I think I can't really think about it, because being French, I would have not the race. Like, for example, maybe I would not have a race in Cagliari, so I could never done what I did. And like, for example, my mom, she's working in the French Federation, so I'm still like, I'm connected to French whatever I want, and I don't want to cut completely the contact anyway. Like I did a lot with them. I won my first championship with them in relay, and it's memory I will have forever in my mind. But yeah, like in Montreal when I finished 8th, what was a surprise for me and probably for a lot. Some saying to my mom, oh, she's not regretting that she switched. And for example, the relay at the end, Leonie crashed on the race. So Emma, who had to do the U23, did the elite. But if I was French, I could do the elite and would do with them. And I was, but yeah, I could. But if I would have been still French, I would not have raced in Montreal. So I would not have do 8, and I would not have done the relay. So no, I don't mind. And like in 21, when I was still French, I went on 2 races where we had to do relays and we didn't do the relays. So I was like, okay, I'm here to do relays with you, and I'm not. So I prefer to have my Luxembourgish team. Maybe we probably will not win the world, and I don't know what we'll do, but at least we'll be committed. We'll do the race because we know it's a big opportunity. And it was a bit like the French was like, oh, we are so used to do relays, we can skip 1, we can skip 2, we can skip 3, and I was, but me, I want to race and I love relays, and so I prefer to have maybe a team a bit less like performant, if we can say. But I think at least we can write our own history and start from really the zero, because like in Krakow, it will be the first ever relay for Luxembourg. So yeah, we try to do our best, and let's see how it will finish.
Yeah, I remember talking to Gregor Payet like last year, I think, and he was yeah, incredibly excited at the prospect of having you come over and join the team. So yeah, like up to this point, then what have Luxembourg been able to do in the world of mixed relay? Has there been any?
Like if they already did a relay?
Yeah.
No. Like Krakow will be the first one, so we'll do Krakow and then Hamburg at the World Championship.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did a lot of relay, but even the guy, like Eva did the relay with the junior and U23 last year, but she was the only U23 in the team with only baby junior in Montreal. And the guys, maybe Bob did some relays with maybe the Portuguese team or whatever, but I think in general they didn't do a lot, and so it will be completely new. And I get that's why they are exciting, and even the team race are always something, I mean, for me at least, something that I really love. And it's another pressure because you don't want to miss your race, first for yourself and even more for the other. You're like, okay, they like, I guess maybe when you are a bit back in the race, you're, oh, I'm 32 or 33, the same, I don't mind. But when you are in the team, like every second are precious. So it's really, I think even for the guy and Eva, it will be another way to live the race. And I guess it can even make you improve on the individual race. So I think it will be super interesting.
Well, and this gives us the perfect opportunity to resuscitate a thing we did a while ago. What would be your entrance music then for Team Luxembourg? It was, for France, it was Daft Punk. There's been all sorts of weird and wonderfuls, but a Luxembourg song, if there is a specific Luxembourg one, that might be putting you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, I asked the question to my friend because it's a decision to make everyone together. But for now, we need to see. But I was thinking to a song a bit like kind of, it's a French rapper that I don't like. I really don't like the character because he's like super arrogant and everything. But this song is pretty fun, and because we are not the best, a bit outsider, it can fit well. So the name is I need to check, but it's from Booba, so French rapper, and the name is Bulbi. And the beginning, because anyway, we keep only the beginning, is like so the translation, I'm not sure, but it's something like big mess when we are coming on the dance floor, we are drinking and putting money on the table, yo, yo, yo. And I'm like, yeah, I think, and rhythm is like really a bah, bah, bah. And I think for outside, it's
wow. So pretty showy stuff. Okay, this is like, yeah, we're making an entrance here.
Yeah, we'll put our intention.
And how well do you know your, Luxembourgish Olympic triathlon? Is it, in terms of the precedents? So there's only been 2 Summer Olympic medals that have gone to Luxembourg athletes. Did you know this?
I know that last Olympic runner was really good on 1,500, but he did the final, but not medal. But then the medal, I don't know.
I think it's been over like 60 years since. There's been 1 gold and 1 silver, but a long time ago. So, you could be doing a Florida or Bermuda type situation here.
I'm not sure if I have one, they will do a free day for me, but a little celebration day.
I mean, she had Michael Douglas kind of messaging her congratulations. Who would be like the most famous person from Luxembourg that you would be like, oh wow, they've messaged?
Yeah, so someone say me, saying someone by his name, like Xavier, I think. And it's like, Xavier, did you send you a message? And I was, Xavier, like, say, the first minister or prime minister or something. I was, I think he will invite you. And I was, let's see.
All right, so yeah, let's get to know Jeanne Lehair a little bit more. You just come back from Madrid. You're back home now. Like, you're coming back from a race a long week away. What is the first thing that you are like looking forward to doing
when I'm home? It depends which home, because I have few home. Like when I'm home in Metz, the first thing is like taking my dog in my arms and having a little like, I don't know how we say in English, but in French we say he's doing the celebration. So
Yeah.
usually I'm passing the door, I'm laying on the carpet like that, and I
Attacked.
talking to me, and she's and like, I miss you, and I'm I miss you too. But yeah, this I have to wait. I will go home after Montreal just 2-3 days before to go to Krakow. So this will be this moment. And when I'm in Toulouse, it's like a bit the same, but not with an animal, but with my boyfriend, and so he's like holding, maybe making me a bit less, but.
When you're away, like with the training group, so since Monte Gordo, have you done other camps altogether, or has it been mainly kind of?
No, I stay in Toulouse most of the time. They were in Girona, and now there is some girls in and maybe Sef as well. I don't know, in Livigno. But the next time I will join them, except races, it will be in Font-Romeu after Hamburg.
Right. Do you have a regular person? You're like, right, we're roommating again this time, or?
Yeah. Usually, like those 3 years I went in Montegordo, I was always a roommate with Cecilia Santamaria, Spanish, how the name can. And yeah, we are really matching well as a roommate. Like I'm friendly with everyone, but I get there is people you can live or not live because sometimes your lifestyle is a bit different, and like your schedule as well. And with Ceci, we are really similar, very flexible, and sometimes we are just laying and then it's 9 p.m. and oops, we have to eat. And so I know like not everyone are like that. So it's pretty cool. And we can easily talk to something else than triathlon or training when we are together, and we are a bit crazy as well. So it's really cool.
Yeah, when we were there and we were doing some filming in, I think it was Claire Michelle and maybe Taylor and Yuko's apartment. Yeah, there was a lot of board games kicking around. I can't remember if they said they were bringing them with them or if they were just there in the apartment, but it did suggest that there was a lot of competitive instinct still kicking around that needed to be.
Yeah, I really love board game. Like I'm even sometimes playing with my sister online. There is a platform named Board Game Arena where there is a lot of playing game, and we can play a lot. But yeah, sometimes it's a bit just hard to understand all the rule in English and stuff. So we are in the basics. But yeah, this year I don't remember we did a lot, but we are trying to share more moments like or playing game or having dinner or doing like painting nights, because there are some artists in our groups.
Painting? Come on, who's the artist?
So Ceci is a real artist. Like she did a artist school more or less. Like it's not the name. Like design school or something.
Yeah.
And Claire is always saying she's doing bad, but she's really good as well. But even if, I mean, then you can just say it's abstract and then you're an artist. So we are all
Nice. So is Ceci like? Yeah, she's just got her easel up on the roof terrace, has she? And she's just kind of doing little landscapes of whatever city or you find yourselves in.
I think last time I saw when I was with her, I think she did like the roof. Not, we don't say the roof, but or maybe yes. No, the roof is.
Yeah, ceiling is inside, roof outside.
Yeah, so the thing outside.
Yeah, rooftop.
What is usually. Okay, so yeah. So she was doing the rooftop view of a lot of rooftop with the clothes drying and things like that, and it was
nice
with the perspective, because everyone would like to do this, but then it's like in 2D and it's really boring. And her, it was with a deepness, maybe we say.
Yeah,
and it was very. You could see she knew how to do it.
She's got talent. So what's your hidden talent then?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm talking with animals, maybe.
Yeah. You can get them to do what you want.
I guess not a hidden talent because people knows, but one maybe fact about me is like Claire could and Cecilia can confirm very easily, and a lot of other people can confirm finally. But when I'm starting to say a story which should be pretty like very direct and easy story, I'm always taking the line and doing some turn, and my battery can. That's why my vlog is like 30 minutes now. Because when I'm starting to say a story, I forgot to say about this because it's a detail, and yeah, my story are always with a lot of little details, context, everything.
Yeah.
So I can be a bit annoying, like interesting and annoying in the same time.
Nice. What would you say your money weakness is?
Yeah, there were a moment like 2 years ago. I was becoming very fan of earrings, so I was buying a lot, and I've been lucky because I won a contest on Instagram, so I can have some new one. But so the last one I bought was in Yokohama, and I bought a Pikachu, and I bought for the race, and it helped me to go fast. So
Nice.
and then maybe I should buy each place I'm going earrings like a bit like showing it was in Cagliari, or maybe a pizza in Cagliari.
A slightly a more fashionable equivalent of the fridge magnet.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking maybe I should start to buy something for each place I went, because there is maybe place I will not go again.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the magnet are maybe the easiest one, because at least it's always the same. It's not taking a lot of space. And the earrings, I'm not sure I will find typical earrings subject everywhere. So.
All right, so we know you're good at triathlon, you're good at competitions, and you're good at talking, if not succinctly. So what are you bad at?
To have a good accent in English, first of all. Being straight to the point. Like, I don't know in French, in English if it's like the same, but address, like the sport technical, or with address, like the bend, the arc, or things like that. Or pétanque, if I need to, but if I need to put something, like for example, if I throw a paper in the basket, I have 99% to put it on the side.
Okay, throwing accuracy, not good.
Yeah.
Biking, swimming, good. Okay.
Like technically, I'm not super good in the sport in general, but I have the cardio, so it balances.
And then a slightly more serious, I suppose, but like, what would you like to see either introduced or changed about the sport of triathlon over the coming years?
I guess there is things to improve or what, but in general, I like my sport, so it's pretty cool. Maybe it's more like some other who are always complaining when they're watching the race about the moto, always helping the front group and not the second group, and I'm usually in the second. So, but that's true. Like if you want to record sometime, it's a price to have some cool image. And on personal points, I don't like the beach start. So if we could have pontoon every time, and I think Alex will be agree with me, but. If not,
well, Alex Yee and Gwen Jorgensen probably. How did you go then in Cagliari? It wasn't too bad for you, was it?
No, it was bad, but like, and even like the beach start, and even the fact like you have to go out of the water running in the sun. Like for example, when you are like me, very small, when you are running, it's smaller, you are jumping than running, so it's harder for us. So yeah, to have a fair sport, we should have a pontoon and a ramp to go outside of the water.
Yeah, you did see kind of Cassandra bounding out with those long legs and think, okay, yeah, that's
yeah. This is like, well, I mean, the life isn't fair in general, so we can't find a way for everything. But yeah, usually when there is a beach start, I'm like, no.
So it's back to Montreal, a site of good races for you, but this time the sprint distance rather than the super sprint eliminator, obviously. So, that will come in Hamburg, Super Sprint World Championships. Will you be there as well? Is that on the schedule? So hang on, the Krakow, so the European Games comes... I'm
just doing the relay in Krakow.
Right.
So only the Saturday. I'm not racing the individual. It was too much. Like on Olympic, just 3 days after Montreal was like, no way.
But yeah, it was a format that you kind of took to pretty well then, was it? I mean, obviously kind of the first year you went through, was it through the repechage, right? So you had like that extra kind of layer to it as well.
Yeah. I was not. I crashed 10 days ago, I think, and I ribbed my no. I not broke, but cracked my ribs, and so I didn't run before the race for 1 week, and I was a bit afraid to run. So I guess when I saw I think I remember when we were a big group, like more than, I think we had to be 10 first to pass. And when I saw we were more than 10, I maybe run 200 meter with the group, and then I was off. I don't even know if I can run, so maybe just don't use your energy. And then I just finished the run just to see if I could run, and I was, bon, it seems I can, so let's do it again in the repêchage. And at least for the repêchage, I was confident, not about the fact to pass or not in the final, but at least that I could run normally. And so then the day after, I did pretty well. I killed myself at the first final to be in the top 20. And the time flew to go at the second final, because I was laying on the floor for 1 minute, and we had maybe only less than 10 minutes. So then when I was back in life, I was like, okay, you need to go to your bike, put your shoes, no. And I remember I arrived at the start line, and Leonie Perriot, she had swim a bit to recover, and me, I was still completely lactic, and I was like, okay, here we go again. And when we dive in the water, I was like, oh my God, my arms are so heavy.
Yeah.
And then I finished eating was so my first WTCS and best result. So I was really super happy. And yeah, I guess the fact I have the cracked ribs was for sure not a good point. But in the other hand, I was like, okay, you are here with broken ribs. Just do what you can. And so at the end, maybe less pressure, what is kind of a loose with friends. So it was pretty cool and probably helped. So at the end, it was balanced.
Yeah. And then in last year's, so you finished 8th, that, making it through to that final 10 and just being one of those 10 on the start must have been a great feeling as well. You're with the other names that were on the list.
Yeah, it was pretty, because even before the race, I was like, well, last year I did 15, so I hope I will at least go in final. And so then I was not expecting to be in the top 10. And I remember being in the top 10, I was like, oh my God, even if I do last of the final, I'm 10 on a World Series. This is crazy. But the bad thing was I was really so happy and already satisfied to be there. Then I think, I was tired as well, for sure. But I think I unfocused maybe a bit during the swim, or at least the T1, and I struggle on the bike. But maybe if I would have been a bit more focused, for example, Pedersen passed. She was behind me, I think, on the swim, and she did a great effort that I probably couldn't do, to go with the group in front on the bike. And then she finished 4th, and me, so my bike was pretty weak. Even I didn't help that much. We were a group of 3, and finally I won my chase group. And I almost I was going on the feet of Sophie. And yeah, maybe if I did a better start of bike, being super focused and not satisfied about the top 10, the thing could have been different, or maybe not. But that's really a talk I had with myself after, and with my coach, saying, yeah, I'm super happy, but maybe I've been a bit satisfied a bit too early. And I put barrier with myself to, I didn't put barrier on the moment, but because I was maybe a bit less focused, I missed a chance to maybe do better. But at the end, I was still satisfied. Maybe being focused, it will not have changed anything, because I remember being on the bike, struggling even to not drop, and we were only 3. So, yeah.
And Paolo Souza, your coach, must be, also delighted, satisfied with your, the results that you've been getting. Were there things that started this season, the two of you were kind of right, yeah, if we can kind of get to this, then that top 5 could happen?
Yeah, we really didn't say it about result directly. It was more about like a process. And since I started with him, he told me directly, "More, I think your run is good, even if it was not as good as now. And we need to focus on the swim and bike." And I think I improved in the swim, at least at training. And for now, I told him last time, I can say that I'm not satisfied with my swim because it's not bad, but it's just not good enough, at least to be in the breakaway. But in another hand, I'm training with Taylor and I'm seeing how faster she is than me. And like, in a way, I'm like, okay, I will never be in the breakaway because she's so strong. And in another hand, I have to say, okay, triathlon is different than pool first. And you still have time to improve. And I still want to improve. So it's good because you can have kind of a goal during training, like, okay, I need to not be too far from her or be with her at the best. But it's pretty cool to know that you are training with the best, so at least you know where you have to be. And well, then it can be a bit sad to see that you are not where you should be if you would like to be the first. But it's more motivating than depressing. That's so.
Sure.
so it's, and it's true. Like sometimes you have a day when you are less like a bit tired or what, and the others are here to push you, and sometimes it will be the opposite. So it's cool. And like there is almost never training when we have to be at the maximum. There is always a range, so that's cool as well because you can always see how you are and say, okay, today I think I shouldn't push too much because I will just kill myself for nothing. Like, for example, today I was telling you I don't know when I will be back because I had between 40 minutes and 1 hour. And usually I'm the kind of person who are doing, especially on the run, because it's my favorite and I feel comfortable on it, as we can see on the race. And so I'm like usually doing the maximum. And now all this week I'm like more around the minimum than the maximum because I'm like, okay, it's just, I think you did the job before. So maybe now chill a bit and then you will be back in hard training. But take the rest when you can take the rest and go fast when you have to go fast.
Yeah, for sure. And as far as being, 2.5 months out from the test event and just over a year out from Paris 2024, you must be feeling very excited about what that has in store for you as well.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy because so for me, Olympics always have been like a goal, but more like as a dream because I knew I was not in the A team with friends and I had to or do something really crazy or sadly have some broken legs in the team somewhere. I don't know. But first, I'm super happy that even it's not my business anymore. I'm super happy that in Cagliari I did a criteria for the French team to be in the test event because even if I have no haters or whatever, it's cool to show that, hey, okay, I switched citizenship and nationality with sport. Maybe I will have easier access to Olympics, but still I will be there, I hope. And I will not be there to be the last. And I can show you that I'm strong enough and I deserve or something like that to be in the team, no matter French or Luxembourg or whatever. And it was pretty like very big satisfaction to show even to the French. I don't know if they were not believing in me, but a bit because probably I would not have been in Cagliari. And finally, I did this race and I did their criteria, what are super hard to do. And honestly, I was not even thinking to do their criteria one day. But the truth is, like, I'm thinking, okay, you did one criteria of one of the hardest criteria thing in the world, so it means something. And it's now I don't know if my goals are going a bit higher than at the start of the season, but at least I can see myself less a baby that I was thinking before.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, and we look forward to seeing how Luxembourg's debut at the European Games mixed relay goes. That's going to be a good one, exciting one for you all.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to to race with them, it will be really cool. And I think everyone is really motivated, so it will be
cool. And next up, Montreal. This will be coming out just before, so we wish you well.
Before, I'm racing in France for a GP as well, the first time with my new team. So until July, I'm almost racing every weekend, until not this weekend and the weekend before Hamburg. So yeah, I think I will finish exhausted. That's why like now I was taking this few days recovery really chill to be sure to survive.
Great. Cool. We look forward to seeing the Lehair kick in Montreal as well. And yeah, best of luck. Thanks a lot. It's been great.
Thanks.